before shows, and then I got way too drunk before a show,
Bro.
and like I like forgetting lyrics, like forgetting the thing, and I was like,
Oh,
I'll never again.
I'm
Never.
the king of fucking slurring lyrics, dude. Yo, I'll be honest. So one time, this is a quick little story before we get into it.
Sure, sure.
I got a little too high on Adderall, and I drank a little too much at one time.
That's not a
Bro,
good combo.
I know, bro. Bro, I just remember being up on stage, like grabbing the mic, like, yo, these niggas ain't fucking with me. This guy, these ain't shit. I just remember going crazy, bro. If y'all don't fuck with me, y'all fucking stupid. Like going crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and once more with Adderall, it's never really a middle field.
It's
It's
like an
either
upper and a downer.
you're extremely happy or you're extremely, which in my case, I've never really been sad. I have a million Adderall stories actually. I've gone very hot and very cold. You know what I mean? Fuck, I ain't even
It
gonna
could
get
get
into
like that.
it.
It
It
could get
does.
like
It
that.
does. It does. But I ain't gonna get into it anymore. Yo, listen, man. We back with another episode of Burn After Rolling. My name is BT, and today we got a special guest, man. Yo, first and foremost, man, he's been just blazing the Long Island hip hop scene, man. He's getting shows I never thought a rapper would ever get. He's what I mean,
My
tapping
God.
in with bigger audiences. He's with Shade 45. He's rocking with a bunch of different IG influencers. He's rocking the motherfucking subway. He's having
My guy.
these motherfucking big ass, like, oh damn nigga, what you in the spot? You in the one train, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the one train, right? Okay,
Mhm.
exactly. So if you know the one train is going from about where in Queens? I'm not sure exactly where in
It
Queens.
starts in the Bronx. Like that's
No,
where we
no. Oh,
started.
well, I was gonna say it
and
goes
then
up to the Bronx. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
goes up to about 240th on the 240 something in the Bronx.
252 Cortland. Yeah.
Yeah, Cortland. So I'm gonna just say, man, my son was in the trenches and he's spitting with the best of them. So
I appreciate
you know
you,
what I
man.
mean, yo, make some noise for my guy Nick Moody,
What's
man.
good? What's good? Appreciate you
What's
having
the
me.
deal, man? How you been, bro? Everything straight?
Good, bro. It's just grinding.
Yeah.
Like you said, like just trying to take as many opportunities as I can at this point, and going from there, man. Like those ciphers have been really, really good. It's
Mhm.
really fun and really just like you learn a lot.
It's-
There's a lot of artists
Mhm.
trying to do the same thing, and being amongst all of them at once is great.
It really, well, I'll say this. In your case, I went back and really did some research on your previous stuff.
Right.
It kind of creates that variety in you because you started off kind of more, and no disrespect, I'd say more on like a Macklemore, kind of image. And I'm not saying because the way you look, it's just what you were spreading. It was more of a conscious thing. It was more of
It was definitely more conscious.
yeah. And then you kind of spread out. You kind of transitioned into doing the ciphers now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I say that shit's better than what you came out with in the beginning.
For sure.
As much as it's weird, do you feel that like, damn, bro, I was doing this conscious shit. I was really speaking for the people, but these niggas they like my ciphers too much. They like when I talk my shit, let my dick swing.
A little bit. I mean, you know what it is? It's like that's just not what people want to listen to straight up like that. Like that's like the deep cuts that you want to listen to midway through an album. It's like track 10, you want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what's going to get your foot in the door. But I think what I've been finding a way to do on these ciphers is do both in one verse.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's been the challenge for me. Like that one train cipher that did a lot for me, that went kind of viral.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking about, being a white rapper, talking about white privilege in the midst of it, and giving you bars while I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it became a formula for me. Like, oh, okay, I could do both. I could take that conscious thing and do it in a cipher.
Swag it up a little
exactly.
bit. Yeah,
throw it, make it more of a punchier type thing than when I started off. And you know what? It's just experience too, man. I just did a lot of shows.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around a lot of artists. Did tours. I went overseas, and I learned a lot about what works for me as an artist. And also, like, now, like, that's not the songs you want to play. Like, I don't want to play those early songs because, like you said, they're very heady, they're very conscious, they're very whatever they were. So, yeah, man, it's been great. It's just a difference in growth. You know what I mean? And like getting to that point. And also, it's just good to, like, Steve Mules is the one who throws those things, those ciphers. He does a great job of just being positive and including everybody. And it became a movement. And I started with it midway through probably. there was like 20 of us. Now the last one there was like almost 1,000 people at this.
That's insane.
They
bro.
shut the whole thing down.
That's insane.
So it's just good to be a part of some shit like that.
So I'm gonna kind of tail off on this one. I'm gonna ask one more question, but I'm gonna tail off on it because we can hit this one again. What is the vibe like? Because you just said it went from 20 to 1,000. Now that like you tell me, bro, 10 pounds of bag and 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
That's kinda, what
shit gets tricky.
I'm gonna quote my boy Sos, my Jay Sos. That's my guy. I asked him. He's like, "Yo, you going to the next cipher?" He's like, "Nah, that shit is laborious," because it's true. That's what it was. It became.
Yeah.
It's a lot. You're jammed. You're jammed in there. It was fun. Like when it started, it was like, "Oh, I'll jump on this. I'll jump on that.
Yeah.
I'll jump on that." Now you're rapping one time. That's all you're getting because there's 80 other artists ready to go.
Trying to accommodate a million
Squeezing
people.
in a train. Yep. That's why we got kicked off. And then we ended up walking to the High Line and finishing the cipher over there. But it's not ideal. But, for the, it's for the look. It's for the aesthetic. It's for the, the culture of it. So, it's fine. But I thought after the last one, because I went to like the last 4, the one before this last one, that's when I was like, all right. This next one's going to be crazy. And I knew it going in that it was going to be too much. And it ended up, shutting down the whole train. So.
Okay. So, we'll definitely, run back to that subject. But, we didn't really get into the beginning of the thing. So, just let's give the people a little bit of background on you, where you from and,
right.
What was it like, where you were from.
So I grew up in Canarsie, Brooklyn. That's where I spent like the first 10 years of my life, 11 years or about. And then I moved out to Long Island. I moved to Merrick, Long Island.
Merrick, okay.
So it was like the complete opposite than where, you know what I mean? Like my mom didn't want me to go to Canarsie High School because it was bad back then.
What part of Canarsie? You were like by Woodbine?
Like Sheepshead Bay, kind of Bergen Beach-ish. Okay. But, PS 312 was where I went and it was my dad's car got stolen every week. It was just not a great area. And then when I moved to Long Island, my dad was working like 7 days a week. Finally, be able to move us to Long Island, and it was the complete opposite. It's like very rich white neighborhood, not at all diverse at all, and it was a culture shock for me because I came from that, and like. I remember early times I was getting in trouble when I first moved to Long Island because I thought that passive-aggressive, like when people use passive aggression, that meant aggression.
Disrespect. Yeah.
Right. And I was like,
I mean, it is fucked up. It is. I don't fuck with that shit either, bro. I don't like that shit either.
But, there's a way to deal with it, and that's not punching a kid that could sue you in the face. Like, his dad owns this, that, and this.
Pray for me, because I'm still fighting through that, battling through that fucking demon, bro.
Me too, but, you learn to do it in a better way. So yeah, man, it was just for me, I have like both, and I think I used that because my whole family's from Brooklyn and we have that Brooklyn Italian kind of thing, like that. There's a swagger to it. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I never lost that, but I learned how to,
maneuver around
the
rich folk, I guess. The
exactly. And then, man, I come from a blue collar family.
Union?
Not really. My grandfather came over here in a horse he came from Italy on a boat.
Okay.
And he started with a horse and buggy and built a business that my uncles now run.
Oh wow.
So not really union. It's kind of just like our own shit kind of thing. And
hard working though.
Yeah, all day, every day. Trucks, loading trucks, unloading trucks, high low, kind of work.
So you got to watch. You basically grew up watching your dad bust his uncles and everyone. I'm assuming all the other men in your family.
Yeah.
Was it just that's how it is, right?
It's just what it is. Yeah.
Just busting your hump. Do you think that translated to now?
100%. 100%. It's like not even like. There was no like when I told people I was gonna do music, they laughed. My family, even my close family, like my immediate family, they were like, "Stop it, like you're being ridiculous." But they respect hard work, and me doing it every day and putting the time in over and over again, years. Now they're all at my shows, and my mom will run my merch table.
That's hard.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's hard.
But that's because that's what they respect. Okay, this means this much to you. It's family. You know what I mean?
You ever get in trouble for any lyrics?
Yeah.
Can I get some?
Well, first of all, my mother doesn't like the song "All Good" that I have because it tells a story about my uncle who passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
Nah, it needed to be said. Like it was one of those things that I was like holding on to. And actually, Josh, theme music, he produced that beat. He sent me that track during the pandemic, and I was just like, it hit me. And so she does not like that song. She just anytime that it plays or whatever, she'll turn it off. She just doesn't want to visit that.
Relive that.
Yeah, that emotion. So that's definitely one. She doesn't. Let's see. Nah, you know what? I don't go too crazy with stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, like my mom kind of my mom's the one because everybody else is like whatever. Like they don't care. Like, but my mom will be the one that checks me because she's always been on the one that pushed my pen kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not in a rap sense, but just as an artist sense because she's an artist herself. So, All Good is the one that sticks out. I'll think of another one by the time we're done. But I'll think of a lyric. But I don't have one right now.
Nah, man. I'll be honest. Me personally, I experienced the same situation. So I grew up half Italian. You know what I mean? So
Goomba.
Listen, little something. Nah, I mean, but so I faced the kind of the same struggles as to where like they would literally like laugh at my face and like call me stupid and all kinds of shit for just having something differently than just working a job or whatever. And it's like, bro, and the same situation happened when the shows came, when they started seeing me doing real shit again, rubbing shoulders with real people. They're like, oh, nah, this dude's actually serious. But I was always kind of like to myself within the family. They didn't know I was on some bullshit. They didn't know I smoked, cuss, was on some bullshit. You feel me? So I always, to this day, and it's crazy because all my shit is out there. To this day, I still keep it cool with like the lyrics. Like don't get me wrong. I say a lot of bullshit in my music, a lot. Like, and it ain't like yours. There's no consciousness in my shit. there's like, you'll get like a hint. Like I'm more of like the little, ooh, he said, there's some wisdom amongst this bullshit. You know what I mean? But even to this day,
sophisticated ignorance, right there.
I like that. Thank you. I'm gonna take that one. But bro, that's one thing I always try to like not go too much, bro. I kept my family blocked for like fucking for years on Facebook and shit. Because I used to go crazy, bro. Oh my God, how was it actually? You know, you growing up in this era, like for you, like covering the digital footprint. Maybe I don't know personally. I haven't done that much of research, but maybe something you tweeted. Maybe you said, I don't know. I don't believe this, but Kendrick Lamar is trash. You know what I mean? Like, or you called someone stupid or a bitch, or even just something you might have just said like distastefully as a younger person. Do you ever like worry about that nowadays?
I mean, I feel like I was always pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely said stupid shit. We all did. Like, I don't necessarily know. I did do a Twitter dive one time and check, and it wasn't that bad. It was a couple like drunk tweets that I probably posted. Like, whatever, but it wasn't nothing crazy. I think I said something about, I got into like a LeBron James argument with somebody for like days, like a Twitter thread that was days long.
If LeBron ever gets a hold of my Twitter, he might actually punch me in my shit. He might punch me.
You're not a LeBron guy?
Nah, man. Don't get me wrong. All right, so I'll say like the 2019 finals, was it? When he himself just came back from,
I don't know the date, but I know what you're talking about.
When he did that,
that was crazy.
That was crazy. Like, that was like,
they were operating at a different level.
This dude is different. You know what I mean? But even when they got scraped and he was by himself, I was like, okay, you know what? This dude is legit. Like, he's really trying hard.
Right.
Still, do I put him in my top 5? Probably not.
Not top 5?
Shaq, bro. You got niggas like Shaq, bro. You feel me?
It depends on what your criteria is. Like, killers, Shaq was the most dominant of all of them.
Bro, exactly. I honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got Jordan, you got Kobe. Those dudes is killers. Like, those dudes is like, those are the ones I want with the
mentality.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Even like Shaq with how he played around. But at the same time, he was like, I'm a fucking elbow. However I need to get to this basket is how I'm getting to this basket and it's going in. This shit, you know what I mean? But,
my thing with LeBron is always the loss against Dirk. That was a bad one. They should have never lost that.
Bro, but Dirk had
a great season, but they should have never lost that series.
Bro, watching him in the finals, bro, that man had that man probably didn't hear nothing.
No.
Like it probably was just like in the zone because I just remember that nigga literally hit every leg up fadeaway. And I'm first and foremost like, how is he even doing?
But he had
this
nobody
move?
else on the team.
Yeah, J Kid, you know what I mean?
At the end of his
And
career,
it was
though,
like it was crazy. He had like his next best player, dead ass, was Tyson Chandler.
that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy
Solid
that LeBron
guy.
lost that. That's
Solid
to me
guy.
is where you draw that. That's where the argument with him, Jordan, anybody. That's where I always go to. You
He
can't.
got smacked, bro.
But he disappeared. Like, it was a mental thing. I think he checked out.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but any other series, he was that guy.
Yeah, I mean, like when we talk about it's going. Yeah, it's all good. Just keep it off of that for a second. Yeah, sometimes that shit'll fucking pop up and it'll fuck things up. It's fine.
What?
It's good. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
more shit I gotta cut out. No, but I'll say, listen, Tyson Chandler, good guy, solid guy,
Good career.
championship guy. I don't know. Like that's you are right. That is a very big blemish. And Deshaun Stevenson probably being the next best scorer on that team.
But no disrespect to Tyson Chandler, he's just not a second or third option on a
at
team.
all. No,
he's not even. He's a role player.
I want him to get 10 and 10. That's all.
it. Don't even dribble.
And maybe 2 blocks a game. And
You catch it, dunk it. That's it.
If you do that, you're fucking great. Are you a big NBA guy?
Yeah, I play college basketball.
Oh, where'd you play?
SUNY New Paltz upstate.
Okay, so tell me. Oh shit, talk about that, man. Damn.
Yeah, man.
How many years?
The whole time. I'm a 1,000-point scorer, man.
Word.
Yeah, high school and college.
So you hooping out here?
No, I could shoot it.
So
when I say that, I'm not joking. Like I said, I want all the smoke with all the rappers.
So your relationship with black people has just been amazing. Probably you rap. You're good at rapping.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't rap as a kid or anything. Like I was a ball player. I was very focused on being an athlete, like my whole life. And like my teammates actually were the ones that like it got out that because I was always a writer though. I had written. I had short stories.
Writing for
and
people
like,
or
no, just for like I had it. And then when I got to college and I started getting closer with my teammates there and we were living together, it started to come out that I was, doing poetry stuff, slam poetry stuff. And like, it had never even occurred to me to like write a rap verse. And then they were like, yo, what are you doing? Like, make a song, like make this, make that. And I started doing it and I started really loving it. And eventually when I didn't get too serious about it until basketball stopped. And then I got home after, a long career and I freaking tore all the ligaments in my knee, the whole nine.
After college or during college?
Before my senior year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the worst. And then after all that, like I just was looking at what the fuck I'm going to do now. Like, because I was always so serious. I wanted to play overseas. That's really what my goal was. And then none of that happened. So I was like, fuck, man, I got to start with something else. And I really like doing it. And, I was working a shit job in the city that I didn't want to do. And I was actually covering music. I worked for a music magazine.
Oh, wow. What magazine, if you don't mind giving?
It was called Ammo. I did a couple freelance things for Complex and stuff like
That's
that.
Tough.
But yeah.
Shit, man.
But they were getting me in the festivals and shit. Like, so it was cool. So like I got to literally watch music be performed like on every level from the lowest to the top. And with the press passes and stuff like that, I was right there. But yeah, man, like that experience kind of made me fucking put the foot on the gas and like, I can do this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I remember watching Atmosphere, who I love, is one of my favorite rappers, underground guy, but has that die-hard fan base, die-hard. And I had never really seen him. I just always listened to him, but I never actually saw him perform. Quirky, weird, white dude. And it was awesome. You had this image, like I had at least, that there's this like aura about a rapper or like the stardom of an artist, and then you get to see them like stripped down and they're just like
they're regular fucking people.
But not even like that though. Like he didn't have that. He purposely didn't have that swag. And I was like, damn, if he could do it like that, why can't I? You know what I mean? And just like something clicked in me, and then I just started doing it full time.
So I know you brought up a white artist, so I got to do it. I know you get, not get these comparisons, but, you get put in these same sentences.
I get compared to every white person ever.
Who was your favorite actual white rapper?
Mac Miller.
I respect it. I respect that. That's
dope. Listen, I love M, but His last, I don't like the way his career has gone.
Mac Miller was talking to the like, bro. If you were graduate, like and this is on my soul. If you was graduating high school from the years of 2008 to 2011,
Mm-hmm.
he spoke to you directly, bro.
100%.
Like that was for the time. It was for the. It was. Like,
And they grew with him.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Crazy.
You know, like yo, it's actually funny. I got talking about white family. Back to white family again. My Italian cousins. I was talking to him. Actually, no, I was driving in the car with him, and Mac Miller's song came on, and it was the one where he sampled the rock song that from Kids.
Oh,
It's almost like his
100
version
Grand
of
Kids.
it's almost like his version of the Thrill, almost like how he went real.
Did he have like the bouncing car in the video?
I don't think there's a video in that one.
Also, that's not the one.
This is you're thinking about Blue Slide Park, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think I was thinking of the one from Good AM where he's like the car.
No, yeah, this is before Good AM. This is Kids Days.
Mm.
So I'm playing it, and he's like, "Oh shit, you know about Mac Miller? Like, I fucking love Mac Miller, man. I just discovered him like a few months ago, and
Right.
this, that, and the third." I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking sick that he passed away and shit." I'm like, holy shit, like this motherfucker, like the influence got to, like I didn't never realistically, and it's beautiful living in 2023. I never thought that like because he was speaking to everybody. He wasn't speaking to just a demographic per se.
Well, I think the thing about him too is like he got so much better.
He did.
Like and like by that last time, like Swimming is a top 5 album for me.
Crazy of all time for you?
I think it is.
I
like
respect it.
I listen to it more than any other album, I think, because it's just great morning music too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll listen to that while I'm cooking eggs, and it's like the best shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that not the Anderson .Paak joint. That's on the thing. What's the use?
That song is crazy.
Oh my god! Like
Now that whole like he started off very boom bappy. And he kind of found his own, like, he started producing his own music. That's what it was.
Well, he leaned into the fact that he's a musician and always was. Like, why are we ignoring that, you know?
That's the thing with a lot of people, where a lot of people lose their steam. They continue on with the same formula, and they don't necessarily grow. Bro, I was just having a conversation talking about, like, that whole SoundCloud era of music.
Right.
And how they rose to such big heights and just crashed. And it was like, why is that? Because they didn't grow they never grew. They just were, first and foremost, they were allowed to be children because of the genre that they were in, that SoundCloud. Mm-hmm. That was like carefree, let's do drugs.
It was just like hype beast music anyway. You know what I mean? It was just gonna come and go. It is what it is. But a guy like Mac, you knew he was gonna last just because of who he was as a person. You know what I mean? And very collaborative. Like the amount of songs that he worked on that he wasn't even on.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Was like through the roof. Like the stuff that was going on with Ab Soul and Schoolboy at that house. Like that's why, like his death like really hit a lot of people. Like that's like the only celebrity death that I've ever seen that hit me, and I was like, my whole day, like I was fucked for like a week. Hot, like
bro, that's the first beat I ever rapped. The first beat I ever rapped to was "Good Evening" by Mac Miller. Wow.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy, right? Yeah.
That's the one where it was black and white in the street, right?
The Drake sample, bro. That's actually crazy. That it's fucking Mac Miller. I love Mac Miller. R.I.P. to the guy, man.
Oh, he's definitely one of my favorites.
So you're in college. Well, first, I want to know what's the averages. What's the point averages that I need? I
was all right. I was solid in college.
What's the stop? I need to know.
I was like
stats.
a 12 point.
That's a vibe.
In college was good.
That's a vibe.
In high school, I was getting buckets though.
High school. Listen,
is what?
1,000. No, 2,000. 2,000. Nigga, get that right, nigga. Not 1,000.
Well, 2,000. You know what? It's because it was like, for me, I had a standard for myself. Like for me, I didn't think I got to, because I didn't start at City Post. I started at LIU.
Okay.
I was on that Division II team that went to the national championship.
Oh.
I was the red shirt on that team.
No shit.
And I had a full scholarship, the whole nine, and I just wasn't. I didn't cut it. Like I wasn't good enough, bro. Like these guys there was 4 All-Americans, had full careers overseas in Germany, and I'm like 165 pounds soaking wet out of college, like out of high school, like. These guys were blowing by me, bro. I couldn't guard nobody. It was crazy.
Did you see like the difference of athletes?
100%.
Like it's crazy, right?
100%. And I'm like, whatever. And I got a lot better for sure.
Yeah.
But, it hit me because in high school I was averaging, like my senior year, the only person that had a higher points per game average than me was like This kid from Roslyn and Tobias Harris.
You did graduate that year. I'm
Yeah.
the same year as Tobias. We played, my high school Longwood played him in that championship
Good
game.
for real?
You remember that big ass
Yeah,
championship
yeah.
game? I was fucking there.
I trained because his trainer is Jay Hernandez, who's now the assistant coach of the Mets.
Yeah.
He was my trainer. We trained
Wow.
every Sunday together, me and Tobias Harris.
That's insane.
It was crazy, but you know he's doing the same moves I'm doing with 60 pounds at 8 inches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I couldn't. You know, I wasn't a great athlete. I was a good athlete with skills.
Who was the best player that you gave buckets to?
That's a great question. He's not going to remember this, but I played against Danny Green, and we busted his team's ass. I had 30 in that game.
Word?
He wasn't guarding me the whole time, though. But I did score on him a couple times.
Yo, Danny Green. Papa, yo, listen. We got to have a
He's
little
not going to remember
rebuttal
this at all. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, because I wouldn't say I was giving him buckets, though, because, like, he switched on me, and then he decided to dominate the game, and he did. So that doesn't – I won't count that.
How bad did y'all lose?
No, he just decided.
Oh, y'all won.
No, but we were up big though.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And then he was just like, all right.
I'm an NBA prospect.
Yeah. He turned on the jet, started dunking on everybody. It was a joke. You know. So let me not put that out there because that's false. That's fabricated information.
I got a funny Danny Green story, and
listen,
he gave Danny Green 30.
I did.
He gave Danny Green 30. Listen, I'm gonna tell you.
In the game, I had 30. I will say.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. My cousin gave Danny Green 30, but it ain't a good 30. I'm gonna tell you this. So,
what a setup.
So my little cousin, he went to this Danny Green basketball camp.
Okay.
In North Bab, whatever.
Was it at St. Mary's?
It was at North Bab High School.
Okay.
I think, if I'm not mistaken. So he went to the camp, whatever. I guess he was supposed to walk home or do something with his friend, go home with his friend, and then come walk home from there. Something happened. But long story short, he didn't walk home. He just went missing for about 30 minutes. Well, no, it wasn't 30 minutes. It was like a little minute. But he went missing from the camp. My fucking cousin, she went nuts because that was his mom. Went nuts, bro. It was just a whole fucking pandemonium for about whatever, and then this little nigga comes strolling around the corner with some ice cream, some bullshit, like it's all good, like la-di-da, like this, the cops was cold.
Oh
they reached out to Danny Green and everything. It was crazy. And they gave my man gave him 30 minutes missing.
He said I gave him 30, a different 30 though.
Yeah, it was a different 30. 30 minutes of being gone. 30 minutes of the fucking
man.
Cops of the Amber Alert.
Kid got lost at Danny Green's camp.
He a rapper too. Shout out to this little nigga, man. But he know who he is, man. I ain't gonna put him out there.
That's funny.
But yeah, man. Fuck. Yeah, that's actually dope though, man. Do you feel that you being into that basketball world kind of pushed, even though I know you said your friends kind of, your friends and your teammates and everything try to push you into the rap thing. Do you feel just being close to basketball so in the game that, because that shit just runs hand in hand with
That's
hip-hop.
what I'm saying. I've always been a part of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just was always around hip hop
Mm-hmm.
and basketball. That was my whole life. You know what I mean? So it's different when you grow up in it, especially as a white guy. And like when I started rapping, nobody was like, "Oh, that's weird." Like, you know what I mean? My friends who knew me were like, "Okay, yeah,
yeah, that was just fucking amazing."
He just gave me 25. Like, well, why not? You know. So it's like, I think the thing about it is that I think a leg up, an advantage I do have with music stuff is that I was an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of artists don't understand that the discipline that it takes.
Bro, not even discipline, but bro, going out on them big stages, dog. Bro, I'm not saying that motherfuckers done did the Garden and shit like that, but motherfuckers done did some stages, bro. And bro, I'm gonna say this for me, the county finals, that was a big stage, bro. There was thousands of people there. When you go to states, thousands of people. I know thousands of people. You're performing, you're just chilling. You know what I mean? You're just they're out there to see you, but you're out there just doing you.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less. That shit really does translate into the performing arts.
100%. That's funny you brought that up because I honestly think I was never really in love with basketball. I was in love with performing and playing in front of those crowds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I loved it. I ate up the Friday night at high school games when they jammed the gym and there would be, the whole school would come. I loved that shit.
Were you a class clown growing up?
Nah, I'm quiet.
Quiet?
I'm quiet, dude, yeah.
So do you think that that need to perform kind of like filled that void of attention that you never really got?
It was like it was a way for me to express myself that I couldn't or didn't want to.
Yeah.
In normal time.
What were you so shy of back then that now that where you can perform?
I just never really like had a place, I guess. You know how cliquey shit could be, especially in high school. I didn't really like I have my close friends. I have a good group of dudes that I've been friends with since I moved to Long Island that I fuck with. But outside of that, I didn't really like get along with all the athletes. I didn't really get along with all the musicians or the artist type people. Like, I didn't, I was cool with everybody, but cool with nobody, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I ended up staying, especially when I first moved, I didn't have too many friends. So, I don't know. I guess that kind of like stuck with me. To be honest, I was always like that. I don't really know why. I just was like, I get in my head a lot. That's like,
I hear that.
So I'd rather not say anything than say the wrong thing or say something that I'm gonna fucking think about for three weeks. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's better to execute the quiet confidence. Yo, not for nothing. You be scaring people. People get scared with that.
I know.
People get really, really,
it's become
really,
a thing. Like, they don't expect me to do what I'm supposed to do because of how I am.
Well, how you are or because your skin tone. So I'm gonna ask you this.
It's a combination.
Do you feel that? All right, so this is gonna be actually a 2-part because this is I'm gonna ask you on a Long Island scale.
Okay.
In Long Island only, do you feel that being a white rapper is more beneficial to you?
Yeah.
Do you feel that like
yeah
the people like
it's you know what it's now it is.
Yeah.
At first it wasn't, because it was just like, all right, who's this dude? Whatever, put him last on the showcase or
on a showcase, like a hood showcase standpoint, I could see that. Yes.
Well, you said Long Island.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, like, I made most of my fan base in the city and stuff like that. Because I moved to Queens in like 2016, and I lived in Queens because I wanted to be closer to shows and stuff, and showcases and open mics, and I did. And I think it was in 2017. I did like 70 something different things in the year.
That's stupid.
And well, that's how I built. You know what I mean? Like that's why I take pride in the fact that I'm almost at 12,000 followers, because I built that shit. Like it's not, there's no fake followers, no nothing. Like, I maybe run an ad and get some followers off that, but outside of that, I've touched, dapped up most of the people that that follow me. So I take pride in that, and that wasn't, and I was going back to Long Island for like the Earwax sessions.
Yeah.
Because that was really weird. That was my first show, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Shit.
DA and all those guys, and BB's been a huge staple in everything I do too. So, shout out to them, because that platform was, and still is, like, it was a great platform.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. That was one of the best.
Yeah.
That, bro, because like, you know how it is, bro. These events get out of hand.
Of course.
Shit gets tricky. I can honestly sit there and say that it's never gotten too crazy. It's never gotten tricky to where I feel my safety's threatened. It's always been love. It's never been like, don't get me wrong. Some artists do get shit on just because like they're the new guy, or they're may just be trash. You know what I'm saying? You might just been the trash. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, they're very fair. Like, I know all of my experience has been very, very positive there. Most artists I've touched that's been through there has
never had a problem. Yeah,
man. But going back to that question. So you said that it's a little easier because you're white in Long Island.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's just I don't know. It is and it isn't. But I think now I'm at a point where like controversy will happen, where like I had a thing like last week, the thing I did with Shade 45, they posted it on their it's called the Punchline Academy, and they're not like they're attached to Shade 45. It's run by the same people who work at Shade 45, but they not, you know, the page itself doesn't have that type of following.
Yes.
So they're not getting crazy views, but my shit got up. It's almost at like 200,000 views now. People arguing in the comments because they think that I said the N-word in the
oh God,
in the verse, and I'm looking at the verse. I was like, where? Where?
What part? And what do you know the part that they think?
Yeah.
So what is the lyrics? Let's clarify this.
You would have thought that you were sending the authorities. I swear to God, that's how I said it too.
You would have thought that they were sending the authorities.
I think it's sending the.
Send it, yeah, I guess, but
no, it's bad. It doesn't make any sense. Like it really is. Like,
nigga the authorities, nigga the authorities. You'd have thought I was nigga the authorities.
But again though, but that instinct right off the bat to jump to the hate because it's a white dude rapping, is not a negative. It's a positive because it caused a war in the comments.
But hey, listen, no publicity is bad publicity.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's why I'm saying it is an advantage in that way because people jump to the Eminem comparison. They'll jump to bash you because I'm not, you know, they think I'm not about the culture or whatever it is, and they'll jump to that, and that only helps me at the end of the day because a comment is a comment, a share is a share, whether it's positive or negative. I don't care.
Someone's gonna see it, and someone may fuck with it.
Exactly,
and that's all that fucking matters.
And you know, I've been getting, you know. So it is an advantage, but at first it's not going to seem like it to any of the white rappers.
I was going to say, like, so I'll be honest, completely honest. This is actually where my personal following of you started. I saw you had a show at Dublin Deck.
Yeah.
I
got another one, August 19th.
I was like,
August
19th. What?
Plug.
Yo,
August 19th.
Pop out.
It's actually me and my girl performing together, so it's going to be crazy.
Y'all did that the first time, right? That was how it was.
We did, but we didn't.
Was like featuring.
We didn't have enough music together to really like. We cheated it where we like did a couple covers and.
So y'all did more of like a.
Like I did my song, she did her song.
Yeah.
We did the one song we had together. That's it.
Now that y'all going straight up 2099 on them.
We have a lot of music
going
together.
Janae and Big Sean on
Yeah.
All right. That's a vibe. So, like I said, you know, I saw the show at Dublin Deck and I'm like, holy shit! Like a rapper got there. Then I see the rapper. I'm like, I don't want to hate. I'm not a hater. I'm not by any fucking means. I am not a hater.
No, but that's a real thing, though. What you're hitting on now that's a different thing.
I was like, fuck.
Booking, that's a whole nother story, man. I just went through that.
So do you feel that
100%.
you being white helps you?
100%. Yeah. It's fucked up because I just went through this with my boy Kerry. The last show I did it May 20th. We had tried venue after venue in the city. Mercury Lounge. All these places, and Kerry was the one reaching out because Kerry he runs the Empire State Music Festival.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking in my head like he's plugged up, like he
should be easy, yeah.
Right.
Nothing.
It's not. They don't. You know, it is what it is. Rap has a certain connotation that a lot of venues don't want to associate with, and you know, I don't know too many times firsthand where I've had success and someone else didn't, but. I saw it in that case where Kerry was struggling, and this is a guy who's established, and you know I was a part of the bill too. So it's like I don't fully understand it, but it's difficult because in situations I do understand the band thing because that's really where it gets. That's where they'll throw their like it's if we need live music.
Shout out to my girl because she's the one because we had a look. My girl's 100% white, and we had like not a debate, but she said it's the band.
And that's in Dublin Deck. It is
that makes it look like at least it could be whatever the fuck. It's just you coming with the band. It's a band.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they want live music. It's an outdoor venue. People are drinking. That's what they want, I guess. But we didn't have shit. It was just me and the DJ and just being how we are.
And that was, bro, and I'll be honest, like I said, to see that, even given the circumstances, honestly, I'm not the guy to play that, but I just had to ask that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a legitimate question.
What I do believe is hip hop's finally fucking getting some kind of something at least.
It's a lot better than it was for sure.
Bro, what bro?
It is popular music is hip hop.
You're
so,
from
like,
out
at this
here.
point. So what?
Bro, it's just insane to this day though. Because like if you go to Patchogue, bro, it's like you be hard pressed to hear some current music, and if it is current, it's probably gonna be mixed into some EDM. It's fucking terrible.
I see. I'm not too familiar with stuff like stuff. I went to Patchogue for the first time like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
I never really.
Oh, bro. Don't
I mean,
come
outside
back.
of Dublin
It
Day,
fucking sucks.
I went like that town. You know,
it fucking sucks. Bro.
It is what it is. But I see what I.
It
makes sense that you would say that. Yeah.
There was a point in time though. Don't get it fucked up though. Like when we were probably like up until maybe like, we were about 27, 26 maybe. It was okay, like, because they had the Emporium. They had a lot of rappers going in there. Like,
right,
it was,
right.
They had big names, though. But then shit, of course, went fucking wrong. And some niggas got shot. Some, you know what I mean? Whatever went down in the crowd.
That's always what happens.
And then
it's never again.
Do you feel that you bring in do you feel you bring in the positive light to Long Island kind of gives... all right, so you know how it is in the city. Everyone looks at Long Island as soft, and shit like that.
100%.
Do you think that your image, giving off, that kind of just positive, conscious, smart? Do you think that image kind of feeds into the fact that people from the city may look at us like, oh, these niggas are soft?
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to say. People don't say that to me. I'll tell you that.
I hear that.
So, but that's why I make it a point to go to these things in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you think that, I'm right here. Like I'm by myself. Like
you usually roll by yourself and shit.
I bring my girl. I'll go with So I usually go by myself too. But whatever works. But whatever time and place.
You ain't never had no situation where you had to roll up on someone because bro, the hip hop shows get a little tricky. You bring your shorty.
I know. You
gotta kind of either keep her right here or just make sure she knows how to move. Because
she rapped in that cipher too. So what's up?
She did. How does it feel, bro? Do you? All right. So who do you think is gonna win in a cipher if you and your girl go back and forth?
Oh, come on. Why you gotta do this to me? That's a no comment. Nikki, you can answer that for me.
Nikki, I don't know.
Nah, she'll say me. She knows.
Do you guys like ever have those situations when you be like, what the fuck is that? That shit is dirt. Like, why are you like not to say on some disrespectful shit, but like, shorty, you could do better. I know you could do. You know what I mean?
I mean, like with our own music, you mean?
Yeah,
like,
when y'all are just,
yeah. 100%. We argue all the time. Like we're in the process of editing a movie, and it's just arguments. So,
bro,
it's bad right now.
Bro,
we're in the midst of it.
Let me tell you. So me and my girl, we run. I run. This is our place. We both run our shows out of here. We both, do content. I kind of put her in the, I kind of gave her the mold of how to do things. And, she's kind of running with her own. Right. Bro, the fights that me and her get into, just off a simple when to press the play button, when to stop recording, when to cut, make this little edit, cut this.
Right.
Bro, the fights that me and her get into sometimes.
They're vicious. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know.
I slept right on this couch.
I'm sure you did, dude. That's no joke, man. But you know what? It's fights out of passion. And you know what? I'll never, like, my whole life I've been looking for a situation that I have right now with her. So at the end of the day, like, the little fights don't mean nothing.
You ever had any things like, all right, so did your girl come into music with you? Or like, did you?
No, she had her own thing going, bro. Like, she was... Okay. That's the thing. Like she was the lead singer of a band, right? And I was coming from the rap world, and like we had been dancing around each other for years. Like I don't know how we didn't run into each other, like with all the things that we did. It's probably because I was living in Queens for a while at the time. But we actually had a swing sessions. You know, swing sessions that Dudley runs.
That was the Earwax like counterpart, right?
Right. Well, yeah, it became that
type shit.
Dudley took it and just ran with it. We had a show booked where her band and me were on the same flyer. The show gets postponed because of something. And then the date that it got postponed was I was on my 2019 tour. So I couldn't go. But I would have met her then. And who knows? We probably wouldn't be where we are right now. But eventually, we got to where we were. And honestly, like we met each other at the best time because we both kind of like felt like we were circling the drain a little bit, just going through the same things, over and over again. And it's like, all right, now I got to take I want this.
Yeah,
I got to take the next step now. I got to start going other places. I got to go overseas and tour. I got to make different music. I got to come up with an idea that's different. That's not another fucking music video. Look at me rapping in front of the thing. Like, I need to do something different. And that's what we've been doing. We've been working on it hard. And the end of this year is going to be.
Do you feel that she got you better?
100%.
Do you feel that you got her better?
100%.
And then that's all that needs to be fucking said right there.
100%. Like, it's. I think that what we pick each other up, and the things that I'm not good at, she's good at, really good at. Production stuff, like making sure that people get where they're supposed to. And like when she tells you to be somewhere, you're there.
Yeah.
When I tell somebody, like my boy will be like, all right, I'll be there. And then like I'll call him the day off, he's like, he's sleeping.
My girl is the same exact way.
And then Nikki calls her, where am I? He's 20 minutes late. He's 20 minutes early, I mean. It's different.
Bro, I think, I don't know if it's a man thing or what it is, bro, because I am the worst at scheduling and booking.
Horrible.
Bro, if it's not directly related to this, and even if it's related to this, I may not even care because there's other people that conduct interviews and things like that.
Right, of course.
And such. So I may not care per se, about, whatever other people may do. She has to let me know, like if it's not pertaining to this, like I said, I don't know shit. She has to literally be like, Ben, there is a fucking baby shower today. There is this party, this, that. Like our conversation, like, and then it goes into, I'm pretty sure you get this one too. I told you about this Thursday. And this is Saturday. I told you about this Thursday.
You're like, when?
And you shook your head and said, I'll be there.
I feel you. Yeah, that's, you know what it is? I think me and her, like my situation, it's a little different than yours, where I'm creatively organized. Like I have a whiteboard where I have everything and I know exactly where everything's going. Mm-hmm. But like similar to your situation,
booking is the worst.
I don't know, the baby shower, this guy's dinner or that.
Nope.
Shot. So
I tell people,
it's a blessing that we have that.
I tell people at this point now, if it's not pertaining to business, just tell my girl.
Yeah.
Please, because I'm not going to fucking remember.
I feel that.
I'm going to be the one I'm going to be the one giving you the Amazon screenshot saying that I bought that shit madly. So, going into this, back into the more of the relationship thing, how amazing is it knowing that your girl is in this world? So like the things that the average girl wouldn't respect or want, she's kind of just like cool with it, or maybe not. You tell me.
I mean, she gets why. Mm-hmm. Even if she gets mad at it, she'll understand why it is the way that it is, which a lot of people don't get. Mm-hmm. Like, it even goes down to like answering a DM, where it's like, this girl could be my biggest fan.
Yeah, for all you know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's a trust thing, I think, when it comes to stuff like that, no matter if you're in the industry or not. But yeah, man, she understands that, like, hey, this is my writing day. Mm-hmm. Leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, you have a full writing day.
Bro, I don't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? Like, I not to be like, I will literally, like, try to block out time to, like, sit and just write something.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and sometimes it happens, and sometimes I'm in complete flow state, and sometimes I'm not. But if I don't block out that time, it might not happen, because I'm either at the restaurant, I'm at the studio, I'm at the video shoot. You know what I mean? You don't have that time to just sit and like collect everything.
So in those writing days, when the things aren't flowing, when the brain's not flowing, what do you do to either, one, get the brain flowing, or two, when you're just like, fuck it, do you give up?
No, I get away from raps.
Okay.
I'll write I'll find a prompt, or my girl, Nikki's giving me prompt. Like, some of the dialogue that was written in this movie that I wrote, that we're working on, was from a prompt that she gave me.
What do you mean a prompt?
Like, she'll be like, here's an example of one. She's like, you just met up with a 10-year-old kid that looks up to you, and he wants to quit his dream. Explain to him why he shouldn't.
And you would now try to rap.
Not even rap. No, write. Just write.
Hey,
like I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
And then in that, you'll find that one thing and be
Mm.
like, oh, that's the first line.
Mm. Yo, kids, this is gems. That's a gem because I ain't even fucking heard that one.
Because and it's because she knows me. She knows,
Mm-hmm.
how I started, and I didn't start rapping.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing that.
Do you said you segued into a little bit of acting. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, that's really her. I started. I started it with that In the Family video that I did,
Mm-hmm.
where I brought in Vito from The Sopranos,
Mm-hmm.
and like I had a scene with him, and it was dope. And then Nikki's an actress. Like,
Yeah.
that's really was her main thing, honestly.
Oh,
Like
okay.
music, she could do anything, but
Yeah, yeah.
she belongs in the film world, if you ask me, because she's
Mhm.
just she's been in so many things. She's directed so many things. She has her own movie on like a full blown movie that she directed and shit.
Do you think that do you think that during when y'all are doing it, do you think she be faking it sometimes?
Oh man, I hope not. Listen,
Yo,
I
that's
don't
the
wanna get
one
too
thing
crazy.
I get afraid of if I was ever to like date an actress.
Well,
as
here's
fucked
my
up
thing.
as
Here's my
this-
thing. Here's my thing. This is not the first actress I've dated. So
my man got some. Oh, he got some hoes. Let me stop.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that for sure.
Nah, let me stop, man. Nikki. We got bad love for you. We you know what I
No,
mean?
only reason I bring that up is because I would be able to tell.
I respect it. Listen, so what? Give me some acting jargon because the acting world is like it has its own little like interactions and stuff. As far as even like the give me the when you're going to like a screening, what is the interaction between two actors? I feel like it's very phony.
Yeah.
Can I get a little fake like? What's
but like, listen.
I love your sweater.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Like, I also worked in an office. Like, it's
Ah.
fake all around. Like, there's people just. It's not even fake. It's just like a facade. You know what I mean? It's just what you have to do, kind of.
Do you ever worry about like even like maybe you don't give a fuck about acting per se, but
No, I do. I definitely.
Well, not to say you
I've
don't,
gotten into it.
you know what I mean?
She got me
yeah.
to believe in it. You know.
When I say don't give a fuck, I mean it may not be like your main thing per
Right.
se.
Right. Yeah. It's not.
But like, do you like get into certain rooms and be like afraid of offending people or afraid of being too brash or anything like that?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. I've been around people who.
Where's your line between authenticity and like maybe like scaling it back?
Like, I feel like this is a thing that happens a lot within that community, is like pushing an agenda and at times when it doesn't seem warranted. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've been in conversations where like you said, like you might offend somebody, and I've been in conversations where we're just talking and somebody's
yeah.
just like, oh well, that's like that's like this, or you shouldn't say that because of that person, and we're like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't have anything to do with this kind of thing. And it's like people go into interactions sometimes, like trying to prove a point, and it's like, well, what? All right, that's my line. I'm out.
I was told I was kind of not witnessed. I'm not in the acting world at all, but I have seen stories and heard stories of like it's kind of like in the acting world now. It's kind of like outside of the acting. I mean, outside of the even skill of being a good actor,
Right?
Is that you have to kind of fit a certain mold now of personality. Like I heard they're and tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe they lean more towards like super woke now. I'm just talking about the actor in general. What they
I to be honest, I don't know enough. Like, I don't know enough to even answer, because everything I've done has been just independent stuff. Like honestly, Nikki would be somebody to answer that question, because she's been on union sets and worked like serious films. So I don't know. Like, I haven't done the audition thing. Like, there's like different realms to that world that I don't fully understand. That I don't know. But I would like to. I'm planning on going there. Like,
it's a deep world. I mean, just like this music situation, you know what I mean? As far as, getting to know certain people and not pissing off the wrong guy. And it all kind of is all the same.
It's clicky. And my friend of mine, Marlon Demore, you know him?
No.
Maybe
nice. Not by my name.
He's nice. He always say, like, you got to be in the right rooms, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's just like anything else. You gotta be around the right people. But it's hard to find that. You know what I mean? Like I've done enough of those, thinking it was gonna be something kind of shows or whatever, and then it turns out to not be that. To know that you can't get your hopes up. You just got to keep throwing shit at the wall. You know.
When you're doing this, and you're going through your journey and everything, do you try to, like I said, do you tread lightly about, like, not certain things you say, but do you try to tread lightly about, like, maybe I won't be just too loud, I won't be too whatever, like I said, don't do too much, don't do too little. Do you all right, for example, like me and you, let's just say I have a show, I bring you in, just to come chill. Right. I got you in the green room, I got you around, X, Y, and Z. These players are there, they're steppers. Do you try to take advantage of that time and be like as boisterous as you can? Maybe let me rap, let me get in, you know what I'm saying? Or are you just gonna kind of, play the field, play the, the cool guy in the back type shit?
I can't do that thing, that boisterous thing.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not in me. And it, in some ways, it definitely is a negative, because like it's great to be like that in networking situations.
Yeah.
I actually had an A&R once after a show tell me that I don't look like an artist unless I have a mic in my hand. And I was like, fuck, what does that mean? You know what I mean? But it makes sense, like, because I look like I could teach you English. You know what I'm saying? Because I did. That's my degree.
Oh shit! Oh really?
So, but there's a both sides to the coin. I have always been the quiet guy, take everything in, introduce myself, and the best situations for me have been a show. So I introduce myself, I say what up, I do my show, and now people are like, would be inclined to have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk to you all night. But I'm not a great
intro guy,
ice break guy. I'm not a great, I'm not great at that. I always just walk away feeling like I said the wrong thing, like I said before.
You ever said like a shit joke and been like,
yeah, just go up and be like, yo, what's up? I'm Nick. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, that's not
all right.
yeah. All right. You're doing too much, man. Like stuff like that. But so yeah, man, I try not to think too much about it. I try to let it happen how it's gonna happen. I've been in enough rooms. I've done the wrong thing. I've made the wrong moves for so long.
I need to hear a wrong move. What is the worst thing that you've done so far? This
publishing company, man.
Yeah.
I for my song Amen, I gave that fucking company a lot of money to try to get something, placement, article. I got next to nothing outside of it. A lot of money down the drain.
Bro, that is just that the amount of money that you just waste on especially being independent. Like, yo, not for nothing. The reason that this platform even was started, bro, I turn money down for the shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about money, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I've watched in my time at least, I've watched people pay money and get pushed and have no talent, so it just circles right back to nothing.
Right. Yeah.
As to where, and I'm not saying maybe even myself. I'm not even saying for myself. Fuck me. There's been people, so many, bro. So there's a little wall, a couple of tapes from the area of that I really fuck with. But there's a couple of tapes on that wall that I'm like, yo, if the person with the reach said fuck the bag and let's just really get this guy out here, let's get this talent seen to the world. I think that we be singing a whole different, tune for Long Island. Long Island may be a hotbed for, for talent. And shit like that.
That's the thing, though. Like, you're gonna have to spend money.
Oh, of course.
It's just like you gotta find the right places, and that's not the same answer for everybody. You know what I mean? Some people may benefit more from spending money to try to get a placement. Some people might spend money to get on a show. I don't know. I've tried all of them. Like last year, I did as many shows as I could, opening for bigger artists. Like I did Asher Roth, I did Kurt Cobain's in Chicago. I tried these shows, but it has to be the right time.
Yeah.
Those are guys who are not really pushing right now. They're not trying to.
Yeah.
So, it's all relative, and that's you take those L's and you just build from it, and you try to adapt and then go from there. But Yeah, man, it's a lot of. There's no way around it. If you really want to do it the right way, you're gonna take a lot of L's, and I'm.
How many overnight best friends have you had? Like, I'm talking about the niggas that you like when you see them, when you meet them in that moment, they're gonna literally say, "I fucking love this guy. He's the fucking man."
Come through to the stool.
The next
Nothing.
day, not even. I'm gonna say the moment that you even get into the car, that follows ripped off you like fucking nigga ripped off the shit off Lala, what's her name? Nunu. Like T.I. ripped the chain off for Nunu. Yeah. You feel me? Like that follow be ripped from you, dog.
Yeah.
They just be so the first time I really experienced like the fake shit was when I went to LA. And I was like, yo, this is wild. Like I never in my life I thought that some of the people I met there were gonna be my lifelong friend. I'm thinking like, yo, these guys are so cool.
It's just industry.
So nice. Bro, yeah, exactly. It's just like, bro. And that was really, for me personally, one of like the, biggest deterrents from getting back into really pushing music and really doing this. This is why I said, fuck it. I'll be the narrative.
Right.
Instead of fucking playing into the narrative, I'll control the fucking narrative. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I don't give a fuck how big or small I get.
I feel the same way, man.
I'm pushing my own narrative. I'm not going to push what people want me to push, or I'm not gonna push the $200 that Joe Blow is gonna fucking get. Joe Blow and this $200 eat a dick for all I care about.
Right.
Dead ass. I don't give a fuck about a couple hundred. I don't give a fuck about a couple thousand. For you to ruin my integrity and my product, I know when niggas come up to Burn After Rolling, oh shit, this guy really got motion. This guy really got skill. At least the least you could say is BT fucks with whoever's up here.
Hell yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like, like I said, with me and my personal experiences, that's why I just was like, I just can't fuck with this shit. It's too expensive, man.
Yeah. No, I know. Bro, I've done interviews where people don't even know a song of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm by any fucking means, bro.
People just, they're doing what they gotta do. Like they think they're doing what they gotta do, but it's not genuine.
Do you feel that genuineness needs to kind of get back put into this game, or do you think that we're just so far gone? We just got to play it how it is.
You know what? It's hard though, because like I know a lot of people who put out the genuine thing and aren't
genuine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like it's just it's part of their persona, to act like they care and then they don't. So I think in the act of being like pushing it forward and trying to get people to be more genuine, it's just never gonna work. It just has to. Like I said, you just got to build relationships with people around you that you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Facts. and build it yourself. Like that's what I'm trying to do, and hopefully I can get there because, in working on this movie that we've been doing, like I feel good about who's around. Everybody cares.
Yeah.
Like cares
that's
about
good.
it. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. Like I've done videos where, the guy's just checking it out. He's just checked out. He's just trying to get through the whatever it was, get the shots, edit it however, and throw it at you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Oh well, deal with it. Cool.
Bro.
Chasing people down for a video.
You said, people want to do it. With him right here, my guy right here, Ken. Shout out Ken.
Shout out Ken, man.
I straight up, he was like, oh, I don't, I'm not may not be the best at whatever, but we can figure it out. And I'm like, bro, the fact, the number one quality I want within anyone to work with me is the want to do it. You gotta want it. Skill, especially with something when it comes down to editing, when it comes down to certain things like that, that can be tweaked, that can be worked on, that can be figured out. Right. We can all figure it out. It's never a problem. But the want, the will to do it, the will to come off of work, literally come off of work from 9 to 5 and then get here and no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? The willing to bring in dope. See that dope ass John Cena figure up there? That dope ass worth couple $100 figures and these cool order. That's all him right there. Some of the shit is him. You feel me?
Nice touch.
I mean, not all of this. I ain't gonna get it all. I did a little half piece or something. You know what I mean? But now, like the fact that the willingness to just put yourself so much out there for me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you got nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, and you want to share. You want to just want to break bread with those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to make it with those people so we could all make money and fucking have fun. You know what I mean?
How many people have you? Is your team? Not to say ask is your team a revolving door, but how many people have kind of came in the crew and got spit right back out?
A few, but I mean, I'm lucky. I've done most of my videos with my boy Luke. He shot pretty much all of them, and my boy Ben, Branch Out Visuals. I met him last year, and like we've been working ever since. Like it's just another guy, you know what I mean? And obviously my boy Bluff. Like I met him during the pandemic, and I'm
So you just met Bluff and everyone, all that whole team during the pandemic?
No, I've known Luke for forever. We went to college together, actually. Bluff I met during the pandemic. He hit me up. Ben I met last year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple people that have just kind of joined in, yeah.
Yo,
Clovis is a photographer that I just got in contact
Bluff's
with.
a bad motherfucker, ain't he?
Bluff's nasty, man. He's crazy.
And it's like, I look at him, bro, and it's just like, damn, this dude actually, like, he can write a little bit. He can produce his ass off. He can actually do pretty halfway decent engineer. Not even halfway decent, good engineer.
Yeah.
Bro.
He could do it all.
He's a one-stop shop.
That's literally what the name of the studio says.
Really?
One-stop studios.
Oh, shit. But no, the man really is like a fucking one-stop shop, bro. And it's like, I didn't even, because I met, my story of meeting them, I met Public first. Right. I met Public at that studio, over there in that area. And I met, he always was talking about his brother this, his brother that. I didn't even know his brother was a producer. So he always played his music. I remember I got on, before I even met his brother, I think, because I liked his music a little bit. Yeah. So before I even met his brother, I think I got on a song with him. And like I said, for all this time, I had no idea. Next thing you know, he starts posting more and, showing himself working with people more. And I'm like, is he like rapping with this guy? Or come to find out, he's producing, he's doing this, he's doing that. And then I start to hear now his beats and his shit. And I'm like, yo, nah, this dude is different.
He goes crazy, man. He did some shit for me today that was nuts.
Yeah. How often, how long is your average studio session?
5 hours.
Damn, that's a nice amount of time.
Every week.
You come in prepared? Do you freestyle sometimes? Like, how was that?
Depends. It depends on where we're at. I mean, I look at the album Madhouse that we just did. Most of it was just pulling up and being like, where we at today? And then we would just, he'll start with a little drum pattern. I'll start writing. We'll start building instruments, samples, whatever it is that's going to be on the song. And by the time he's done with the beat, I finish writing and, go in there and record it. We're in and out in a day.
Yo, that's another, like, beautiful thing to have is, like, someone like a producer that you are just locked in with, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I never had that. Yeah, so I was like, fucking type beats, rapping on type beats, you know what I mean, for the longest. And, I wrote a lot, so I did get better in that regard. But so by the time I met Bluff and, it was kind of seamless. We had a good relationship. It just made sense. And the songs started falling out. And then, like we got into a real zone at one point, and that's when it was like I would go home, I'd write something, I'd come in with a hook the next day, or it was a combination of everything. It depends on where we were. Like right now, we're doing a lot of housekeeping shit. Like, we're getting a lot because we have so many songs that are about to come out. Like I have a whole nother album coming out soon. I have stuff with my girl. I have this other tape I'm working on that's like a combination of all my cypher verses.
Yeah, okay.
That's tough. Those things go to waste, man. They're sitting on YouTube 10 minutes into somebody else's video.
If I was you, I would just reuse those verses as verses.
I'm literally gonna call it the cypher tape. No joke. I'm putting out the video tomorrow to call other producers and rappers to jump in, and we're gonna use the verses I already did, and then obviously we can't use like Pusha T's Diet Coke. So use that tempo. Take this acapella, remake the beat.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
You're gonna do it like how Big Sean did like the Friday Night Freestyles on his album, or are you gonna do it like? Is it gonna be like ciphers with other rappers on it?
I'm thinking maybe
that'd be tough.
That would be tough.
Big Sean recently in his last album,
was that long ass song?
That long ass song. Bro, I don't know if you actually sat the time and listened to that shit. That shit got everyone from fucking Eminem to a fucking Babyface Ray.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit is fire.
It's crazy. Yeah,
like, that is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is some shit that, like...
Yeah, that's what I want. I want it to be like a 20-minute, 10-track tape.
That'd be stupid. That'd be stupid.
And it's like I already wrote the verses,
Mm-hmm.
so something along the way. But I didn't even say nothing. I'm posting that tomorrow.
Are you? How do you feel? Well, it's gonna be out probably. Well, this is gonna come out I think next week, so you got time.
Oh,
Good.
cool.
What do you? Who actually are? I never. I'm not too keen on talking too much Long Island rap, but who are some of your like artists in general?
Well, Sos is my guy, Jay Sos. I think he's making a lot of moves. He's got a show tomorrow with 38 Special.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up on that. The guy I was talking about, Marlo Demore. He's like, I always go to him to talk anything rap. He's nasty. Bluff is a good ass rapper.
Bluff is dope. Bluff is fucking super dope. I
I
remember
like I like Waz. Just Waz.
Just Wiles.
No, Kai.
Yeah.
I like fuck with Kai a lot. Supreme Kai.
Supreme Kai's dope.
Yeah.
J6 is fucking.
He's a good dude.
Bro,
man.
if you
He's
ask me,
fire.
man, J6 is fucking creative as hell, bro.
Yeah. He does a lot, man. He's got he did that whole short film too. That was crazy. There's one person I'm missing. Oh, my boy Marco. I bet you don't know it, but he's nasty. He's like an alternative rap kind of guy. Kind of more poppy rap.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what is your version of alternative rap? Because I feel like there's so much. Everyone thinks. I feel like some people think alternative rap is Juice WRLD. Some people think alternative rap is like Necro. Some people, you know what I mean. Some people think alternative rap is Insane Clown Posse. So what is your? You said pop rap ish.
Maybe alternative is the wrong word if you put it in that. And putting it in that context, okay, alternative is the wrong word. He's more of like a pop
rap.
Pop rap.
Pop rap is. Listen, you pop up and make $1 million. Words of Wiz, you feel me?
Nah, he makes good stuff. He plays with a drummer too. It's fire.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yo, that's one of the most beautiful things is performing with a band. You ever been to like DC before?
Yeah.
You ever been to a go-go? To one of the go-go shows?
I'm not sure.
So go-go is like where it's almost like in Long Island where we have these like cover bands doing like, Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah.
They'll be fucking out there like bands that make a day with a fucking real band, niggas playing trumpets and fucking guitar. That shit is fire.
Yeah, I know. I played my first show with a band. May.
How was it? Is it like a band where you're gonna be rehearsing, or is it like a band?
Yeah, we rehearsed. Well, we rehearsed once. The second rehearsal got kind of ransacked by some crazy situation, but
I mean, I kind of want to know, but if you don't sound like you want to talk about
no, that was too much. Too much. So we played. It was me, Dudley. Dudley was on the keys and the sax. My friend Angelea was playing bass, and I had my man Dom playing. It was just DJing. So we didn't have drums. We didn't have guitar.
Okay.
But honestly,
it's just still hard
because I think a lot of times too, especially for somebody like me, where it's like if you lose my words, then you lose my whole performance.
Yeah, of course.
So, and a lot of times when you have like the venues that we're performing in are not, professional touring venues.
Yeah, of course.
The drums get lost. Yeah, and the drums just drown out the lead singer.
Yeah.
And that for me that won't work because I don't sing. Like singing, you can get away with it, but you need to hear me. That's the whole point. So I thought it worked out really well. We did the best with like almost no rehearsal that we could.
You were doing the battle rap thing for a little second.
No, not really.
Well, I seen something.
That wasn't a battle rap, bro. I got gypped.
That was like, all right, because all right, you wasn't jacking it. You wasn't jacking this whole situation.
The situation was this. World MC said that it was a cipher battle.
All right, like I said, hold on, because you weren't jacking the situation at all, right? I'm asking.
I mean,
because I was kind of weird. Because I'm gonna say it's my opinion. Nothing bad about the rapping. I was just like, this is not. This is different. It was very different. It was very different. I didn't know how to receive it. I didn't know if I liked the format, the way they did it with the.
Because it was. This is what happened. They said it was a cipher battle. So whoever had the best verse on that beat against somebody else.
Yeah. I've seen that, yeah.
But then it was like me, the way they marketed it was like me versus Lil D. And it was like, and his verses were completely.
And he was coming at you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, this is how it's going. So I didn't understand the assignment.
Do you feel that they did not clarify it to you nicely, or was it more of a they tried to fuck you?
I don't think it was like that. I know them well. Armani's a good guy. It wasn't even like that.
It just wasn't organized.
It was organized. It just I just think I misunderstood what it was. I think
so
it was
you
on
didn't
me.
pay attention.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I just I don't know. They said like the way that it was worded was like you can jive with the other guy, but your verse shouldn't be at the other guy. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll throw in a couple lines, whatever.
His first the nigga that you went against, his first bar was against you. I was like,
yeah. But again,
oh shit.
But again, like kid's got a huge following. It only helped me. So
yeah.
If I could go back, I would have treated it more like a battle for sure. But again, like I don't like doing things that I don't do the homework on, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a casual battle rap
yeah.
listener, watcher, whatever.
I feel that.
So I would never sign myself up for something that I wasn't prepared. Like I didn't I didn't know everything about. Like,
would you ever do a battle?
Maybe.
You would do one?
Maybe. It's not really what I want to do. I'll say that.
I feel that.
It's not what I don't take joy in it. But like when it's dope, it's dope. Like I went to my boy Sosa's battle against Lonzo Green. That shit was crazy.
I heard Sosa got that one. Is it true?
Destroyed him.
She.
I don't even think it's a question. It's not a question. There's a reason why the footage didn't come out.
Oh man.
It is what it is.
So, rap's a competitive sport.
Sure.
And you were a basketball player.
Uh-huh.
You're not an aggressive personality guy.
No.
But you give me Reggie Miller type, kind of get into your skin. Like you're secretly competitive. Like you're secretly like.
That's not a secret. I am.
Okay, but you don't show it outwardly.
No,
so
I mean it's just
so
like
it is secret in a sense.
Listen, I think that the people, your energy, especially in music, especially when you're at, I think we were talking about before too. We were mentioning like how people are at shows, and like you were saying like they'll unfollow you the next day and they'll act like your best friend.
Yeah.
It's show energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an anxiety to this.
Facts.
That I think I understand, and I don't ever put my foot forward as like the aggressive guy because I'm not generally I'm not that way.
Yeah.
But like I want to have the best performance of the night. Like don't you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. Like
you, all right. You come in second place in a show.
It's a loss.
You're sick. Are you sick?
Yeah.
You're pissed off.
I was mad as hell when I lost that thing. I knew I was gonna though. I just didn't have. It was based on comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the fans are very fickle.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's just you got to bring your following. At the time I didn't even have close to what I have now. So.
Yeah. Well, all right. So circling back to the talking about the fakeness of the game and whatever. Me personally, there's two things. Either you follow the system or you kind of change the system.
Mm-hmm.
If you had any thing to personally change about the system you've experienced so far, what is something that you would change?
I'm doing it right now. It has to be. What would I change? That's a good question. Because I know I am doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't put into words exactly what I would change. I think that
customs going down to the punctuality, going down to damn near anything, any quib of this music game.
Okay, I got one. I don't like when people act like, oh, DJ Drewski's gonna be at this event. And then they throw a whole showcase around it with 25 to 30 dudes that are going to perform for 5 minutes, and half the time DJ Drewski ain't there. And they get independent artists hyped up like that. That's going to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean anything because he sees 1,000 artists a day. It's nothing against him. It's nothing against the artist. But somebody's at fault here.
Yeah.
We're continuing to have people pay into this crazy shit. I had Mano DM me yesterday.
Yeah.
For what? For wants to get me to do a swipe post. Yeah, my budget. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know, bro. Once more.
That's the shit, though. That's what I'm talking about.
The thing with me with the game, was the fact that you wouldn't even open a link before I put $1 in your pocket. And I'm not saying that ain't business and that's not whatever. Listen, you know what? By all means it is, but my business per se, I'm gonna open that link.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna accept that money if that I might accept that money for some we can figure something out. There's always, you know what I mean? Like Burn After Rolling is an equal opportunity. We do have packages.
Why'd you drop an octave for that?
Oh yeah, because I gotta get in the newscast mode real quick. We do have packages for the up and coming artists.
I love it.
Figure it out. Shorter interviews. No, yeah.
Shikes.
What's love though, man? But nah, I'm gonna fuck with the person. I'm gonna actually sit there and listen to the skill. Like, bro, my dream personally, my dream is to find a groundbreaking artist with 100 followers.
Right.
I want to be the guy to put them on. I realistically, am I expecting anything out of it? No, but I want to be the guy. I've always, since I was a kid, prided myself in, yo, you ain't heard this before though. Yo, Tory, God, anyone who watches this is gonna be like, telling the story again. Tory Lanez, bro, I've been following this motherfucker since 2008. Before he was signed to Sean King, like around the same, like before anything. You know what I mean? And I always said, yo, he's gonna be dope. He's gonna be dope.
That's the beauty of it, because now you were invested the whole time because you found him early. You know what I mean? But that's what you want.
Yeah, and there's a few, bro. The artists you got on your body right now. YG, I was listening to that motherfucker since the Real Four Finger before, like maybe before that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And come to find out, he's damn near, top 15, probably top 10 artists the West Coast of all time. You know what I'm saying? And
I love that.
Yo, listen, you want to get into a YG conversation? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably all jokes aside, people are gonna say, anyone who knows my music would say that YG is probably my first musical influence. Like that, I was making music. Like, you know how I don't know, when you started rapping, did you make music similar to those you listened to?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The first person I was probably like after the Mac Miller beat. Like probably soon after was like the Bitches Ain't Shit beat or like it was one of those from like that mixtape, that first mixtape, yeah. But
I fuck with YG because he's completely different than anything I would ever do.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
Well, you mean different as far as like how he just
just his attitude and
that should be player, bro.
Yeah.
That shit sounds cooler than the mother, bro. Listen, when he said fuck a bitch and bust a nut in 4 minutes, I was like, that makes sense. But then he said, I ain't got time for pussy. I was like, you know what? That nigga might have been up to something with that one. Damn. Shout out to my girl, man. Sorry, 4 minutes. Nah.
Our girls are taking a lot of smoke this whole fucking podcast.
I know. Two niggas in there, two relationship rappers fucking talking bullshit. Nah, but yo, this shit's been mad fun, bro. I fuck with you.
I appreciate you, man. This has been good.
Good as a dude as I could imagine to be, man.
I appreciate you.
You came up here, you talked your shit. I learned a lot, bro. You dropped some fucking game, especially, giving yourself time to write. You know what I'm saying? How to act when you're in, those rooms with people. Actually, before we get out of here, I wanted to touch on, you said you did some touring in UK.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? And where did you go?
Well, I did 2 shows in London and I did one in Finland.
Finland, that's crazy.
Finland was crazy. Finland was different. London is not, I have friends out there.
Okay.
I know a lot of people out there. This wasn't my first time in London doing shows. I actually met the woman that sets that stuff up on my 2019 tour in Boston. Literally met her in Boston. She's from UK and she took me out there. Crazy. Finland was different. It's a different culture. Everything is a lot more proper.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is, this goes here. It's neat and it's organized. Yeah. The streets are like immaculate. Like,
really?
It's like it was 11 p.m. and it was bright as hell in the streets. You know what I mean? So like when I was performing, I was doing what I always do: jump in the crowd, get people involved.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody came up to me afterwards and was like, "I never seen anybody do that."
That's crazy.
And I was like, everybody does that where we're from. Like, that's just what it is.
What the fuck does a Finland festival be like? That should be
It's quiet. They observe. Seriously.
Actually, that's actually kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a beautiful thing because I the songs that I wouldn't ever really expect to do well here were like the ones over there, the ones that are more reserved and like more poetic and whatever. So it was cool, man. You can't really put a price on that.
That speaks a lot to the culture too, if you think about it. As far as Americans being, the ones that's out there and in the scene, and they don't want to be the spectator. They want to be part of the show. Think about it. All the time in the NBA games, niggas throwing popcorn. When the WWE shows, when the dudes jump out the barricade, in the show, even in the rap shows, when you see motherfuckers getting suplexed off stage. Those are all
Action
Americans.
Bronson.
That's all Americans. You feel me? It sounds like in Finland that they just actually sit back and they kind of know their place and they just enjoy.
They're just quiet
what's going on.
and I haven't been to places like Germany and stuff like that, but I know that my music is received well there, and I think it's important for any up and coming artist to understand that like your hometown is not gonna blow you up.
Fact.
So and doing these things. You hear that, like if you're plugged in and you really want to learn about your craft, you already know that. But it's a difference in knowing that and observing that. Those are two different things.
Knowing it and living it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You see it and now you could put it to you because you did it. You know what I mean? And like, fuck, all right. So now I got to go back and adjust. And maybe this market it might not be it, but this one could be. And it's cool that way. And like. I got a bunch of people from the UK to scream, forget about it, as loud as they could. And, forget about it in the English accent. So that was cool.
That's dope. You did some shit with, I know you did a little, well, you didn't do a little. I'm not going to say little. You did a video with Aljamain Sterling, one of the GOATs. How does that, like, I'm pretty sure, at that time, I don't think he was competing, right, at that time for championships. Right?
He was
on his way up.
He was like 2 fights away.
Yeah. So, now that you see him, out of here, you know what I mean? How does it make you, like, do you feel that, okay, I always have this thing where it's like talent attracts talent. Greatness is always rubbing off on greatness. I have a best friend that happens to be doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming you had a relationship with Aljamain Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
He's on to doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? You've rubbed shoulders with the people you've rubbed, and, everyone has done that. Do you feel that those who really got in with you and stuff, like those, like, people that you really surround yourself with, do you feel that, like, you guys are part of this, like, anointed, like, you guys are, like, special? Do you guys feel, like, special?
Me and my close friends, like, we've always been a different group because we're like all walks of life kind of group.
Yeah.
So I think so. I think that we all kind of think that way. Like we all have been for a while, like not the biggest party guys, like not the biggest go out guys. Like, the worst thing you'll see is like the group that'll show up and they all dress the same. I hate that shit. Like,
that shit's funny.
We were not that group. So, yeah, man, I think we've all been focused on like building equity and like fucking trying to buy land and you know what I mean? Like, and I know if I really wanted to, if like I needed to put some money into something, I could go to them and they'll be like, I got you.
Yeah.
Because we've always had that thought of like trying to build something that we could live with our whole lives.
You've seen greater than just what's in front of you. You've seen the world.
I think we tried to, yeah. And
a lot of people, I'm pretty sure you're from Long Island too, and maybe it's the culture may be a little different out west, but I know out here a lot of people see this. They see this. There's a whole table. There's a whole table with a lot of shit on it. You got the Art of War.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a lot of game on this table, but everyone just sees this cup right here because it's right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't know about they don't see that you can do anything. Like you can literally do anything you want. You literally, like the only thing realistically you can't do after a certain amount of time is be in the NBA or NFL.
Right.
Other than that, for the most part, you can literally do anything. You can become a lawyer.
And that's why, like, you bring up Aljamain, like he was like that then. Like I think he was like fresh off. He had like one fight in between that knockout. He got knocked out that one time with the knee.
Yeah.
Bad, like went to a board, but he didn't laser focus. Like he literally left the shoot, and I drove him to the train station to go to another workout. Like He had like 3 workouts that day. Like
Have you feel like he taught you anything?
I didn't know. Like I didn't. He's a humble guy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think he still is. I still email him after every time he wins, and he's like, "Oh, thank you so much, man. I hope you're doing well." Like you don't have to do that now. He's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on
yeah.
top of the world,
Yeah, for sure.
and he's about to crush Sugar Sean. So it is what it is. But it was how nice of a person he was
Yeah.
inspiring, because so many people look up to him, and he could have that attitude, and he's not like that. Like he's not at all like that.
And they always say don't meet your heroes. So like hearing something like that is fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
I mean, he was just so dedicated, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like so dedicated down to the very last, like everything he ate.
Mhm.
Like nothing. Everything was for the fight.
That's amazing, bro. That's fucking dope, man. So, man, listen, I feel like, it's about that time soon,
Yeah.
man. We've been here for a little second. Yo, like I said, once more, I appreciate you coming out here. It's been fucking dope. You know what I mean? I'm not a ball player, but we can run. I'll run, you know what I mean? My post game is valid. You know what I mean? I got a little nice little, you know what I mean?
We'll run threes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, in the park, though, on 2K. my player, fuck. But nah, man, it's been dope, bro. Like I said, I appreciate you coming. You got any shout outs for anyone?
Oh man, just check it. Stay tuned to what we're doing. We're building something that's fresh. It's different. We're gonna be dropping starting in September episodes that will correlate with music. So it's a show. It's an album. It's all of it.
That's hard
at once.
You have any message, anything, whatever you woke up with on your heart? You got anything to say to the people?
Man, just like keep showing up. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but that's really what it is. Like you got to keep showing up, and hopefully things fall into place. I've been in a lot of situations where you get stuck. Like sometimes I feel stuck now. Like I don't know what to do next. Just keep going. That's all I can say.
Keep fucking pushing, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, Nick Moody, it's been real. It's Burn After Rolling. Follow us on all the good stuff. Follow Nick Moody. What, NIKMOODY?
Correct.
2 underscores?
Just one.
One? I don't know, bro. I just
NIK Moody. No C because I incorporated all.
Yo, Kenny, get us up out of here, man.